Sup everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on the World Juniors coming up, obviously a huge event, and the media hyping the hell out of McDavid versus Eichel. It's the greatest thing. 1 versus 2, USA versus Canada. Oh my God. Funny fact about this: they make it sound like the two kids are gonna rip each other's heads off, and there's like a pure vitriolic hatred there. They've never actually met. I don't think they've played each other. I don't think they've ever actually met and conversed. And my favorite story on the matter is, I've told him this a couple times on Power Play. When I met McDavid last month, humble brag, where my dad and I are talking to him. He's signing my jersey, and my dad says to him, "We're from Boston. We're huge Jack Eichel fans." And McDavid looked up and signed the autograph and said, "Eichel, yeah, he's really, really good." And there's just such a mutual respect there. But at the same time, they're both 17, 18-year-old kids. I mean, let's not call it any more than it is. Again. All I've heard about Eichel as a kid is that he's a great kid, great person, fantastic hockey player. But likewise, just I can tell you from meeting McDavid firsthand, he's just as nice of a kid. So, I think they're obviously going to compete against each other. Maybe they have a little bit more motivation going into it. But this whole hype is completely out of place. They're both amazing players in their own right. I've had the honor of watching them play. Watching each of them play multiple times this season, and I can tell you they're two of the greatest hockey players I've ever seen, and that's just the cold hard truth about how great they are. And again, gonna give McDavid a slight edge, but Eichel's no slouch. Eichel will be a franchise player at the next level. He is big time. And we're going to see both of them go head to head, and the U.S. and Canada rivalry is definitely there. The two North American teams battling it out like they do, seemingly every year. New Year's Eve is not only the last day of the year, but it's always a great day to watch hockey because the U.S. and Canada are always going right at each other, and see those teams go head to head is an amazing experience. But as much as the McDavid Eichel storyline, it's just a storyline. I don't think either kid. Again, maybe they compete a little bit harder, but those kids could give everything they have every time they go on the ice anyway. So what's I wish the media would take a look at each player and be like, they're both great in their own right, and this rivalry really isn't there. Now maybe if they both end up, I'm trying to think of two really, really, really awful teams right now. One of them ends up in Arizona, the other one ends up in Edmonton. They're both division rivals. Maybe that's something, but I don't think there's the Crosby Ovechkin thing, and I'm talking Crosby Ovechkin. 6-7 years ago when it was actually something. Now it's absolutely nothing. It's completely one-sided. But I think that speaks more volumes about the Penguins organization than it does about either one of them as players, because they can be great and the Capitals can't. But McDavid said it point blank. There's really no rivalry. And Eichel's reiterated that. So enjoy them as players. We're lucky we get to watch such skilled players. Take the ice against each other, and I don't think it's. I mean, the game's gonna be great anyway. So I don't think the storyline adds to anything. It's kind of the Jones and McKinnon storyline. I beat that like a drum 2 years ago, and then reality wasn't much. I mean, both great players, both having success in the NHL. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ on the McDavid Eichel rivalry. That's not rivalry. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.